Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel, The Crumbs in the Philippines. My wife Jen and I were just an ordinary average couple living a quite extraordinary life here in Lipa City, Batangas on the island of Luzon in the Philippines. Today we're going to talk about our budget for the month of August. We didn't have a lot of extra costs this month. We did take one trip to Tai Falls that we shared with everyone. So we'll have that included in there as well. Just here recently, I've seen just a lot of videos, and we actually get quite a few comments all the time about how it's just unrealistic to think that someone can live comfortably in the Philippines on $1,000 a month, and that you have to have at least $1,500 and just a huge pack of savings in order to make it here. And, I mean, I don't know where the information comes from or what the expectations of people are, but I know that after 2 years of living here in this area that I have consistently had costs at or below $1,000 per month, and that's without giving up any of the comforts that I would expect to have anywhere. I don't run my air conditioning 24 hours a day, but my body's acclimatized a little bit to the climate, and I don't really need to run my air conditioning all the time. When I'm hot, I turn on the air conditioner and cool off, and whenever I sleep at night, for part of the night, I run my air conditioner during the hotter months, and my electric bill doesn't really suffer for that. It's not so bad. We just got back last night from our trip to Mindoro Island. We went to Puerto Galera, White Beach, and Tamaral Falls. Really excited to share that with you guys. Got over 5 hours of footage that I'm going to have to go through, and I'm really excited. I'm going to start producing video from that just as soon as I finish and get this video uploaded. Just an absolutely gorgeous place, Mindoro. I thought that the motorcycle rides that I had enjoyed here around Tagaytay and down on the southern coast of Batangas were beautiful, but that pales in comparison to these cliffside drives that we made here over in Mindoro the last few days. I'm so grateful, and I would highly recommend, if you go to the Mindoro, either take your motorcycle with you, and I'll share the cost in this video, or not this video, but the one upcoming video, like how much it costs to take your motorcycle, or actually rent one while you're there. It's just it's indescribable what you're going to see, and we got a lot of video footage from that to share with you. You'll see what I mean. It's just beautiful on Mindoro, and wish I would have known that before I came here. I never realized it. We've been to Puerto Galera a couple of times already before this time, but before we never took our motorcycle and didn't venture away from the tourist White Beach area there. This time we got out to Sabong, and we went up to Tamaral Falls and got to see some of the area away from the tourist section. Just gorgeous, and you'll see that, okay? So anyway, back to the budget. For the purpose of today's video, we have $1 US is equivalent to 56 pesos and 78 centavos, 56.78. Very reasonable and favorable exchange rate, and we continue to be blessed with a great exchange rate. It's just, it's hard to say. I know back when I was here in the 1980s, that it was around 20 pesos per dollar, and then when I first got back here 2 years ago, we were about 49 to 50 was the average, and it's steadily crept up almost the entire time I've been here, and we've been staying above 56 pesos per dollar for quite a while now. Very pleased with that. It really goes a long way for all of the expats in the community here. As always, guys, our housing cost is fixed. And it is by far our largest since we are on a rent-to-own contract. And we pay 30,000 pesos per month, which this month is $528. And this is the one area where the average expat anywhere in the Philippines, you can find a place to live that's very nice for less than half of what we pay here. If you take 15,000 pesos right off the top, or even 20,000 off the top, because there are numerous places that you can rent between 10 to 15,000 pesos, then that's going to just subtract that from the total cost that we get to at the end of this video. And I'll do that for you so you can see that it's actually not that hard to imagine living on less than $1,000 per month. Our electric bill this month was 3,512 pesos, or $62. Pretty standard for this time of the year. Our internet costs went down this month as we finally finished our contract with StreamTech and switched over to a Globe prepaid internet deal. It was 1,469 pesos, or $26. And whenever I test my speeds from the tower, we get about 30 to 31 Mbps, and which is higher than we were getting from StreamTech. Our contract that we signed up for with StreamTech was for 75 Mbps. We never got above 25 in reality. So I'm pretty happy with Globe so far. We'll see if it kind of hangs around and the speeds remain the same. But we do live right next to a Globe tower, so we get a really good signal here in Plantation. Our water bill was 362 pesos, or $6.37. Drinking water, 180 pesos, or $3.17. Our LP gas, or gas for cooking, 300 pesos. Our budget, $5.28. Gas for the scooter, 622 pesos, or $10.95. Now here in October, we'll have to go in and do our annual registration and get insurance on the scooter. And we're going to do a video whenever we go to do that so everybody can see what it's like and what's involved and how much it costs. It's very reasonable cost-wise, and you'll see that. Our food bill this month was 17,388 pesos, or $306.23. Restaurant, 1,812 pesos, or $31.91. And as always, Jen and I, we like to eat the local cuisine. We go to the restaurants that are right outside of Plantation. They're people that actually live here in the subdivision with us, and they have delicious home-cooked fresh food every day. It's different all the time, and you go in and sit down, and Jen and I both eat for less than $4 each time we go. So, I mean, you can eat out quite a few times at that rate. And then there's several places where we go where it's about $2 for both of us to eat. Pretty impressive. Our miscellaneous costs, which was our trip to Tai Falls, where we treated our neighbors. They went with us, so we paid the entrance fees and parking fees and a couple of drinks and things like that when we went to Tai Falls. And it was 350 pesos, or $6.16. That's not bad for 4 people to go and have a good time and go swimming at a just beautiful waterfall. As you could see in the video that we did on Tai Falls. It was really nice. It was a good day. For Jen's Social Security, it's the same as always, 650 pesos, or $11.45. For PhilHealth, 350 pesos, or $6.16. The homeowner association dues, still the same, 500 pesos per month. or $8.81. And we had a phone load this month of 250 pesos, or $4.40. We just don't really have to load our phones that often. We don't make a lot of phone calls. We use Instant Messenger, which uses the internet, and you connect to your Wi-Fi at home. You don't really have a big need for data. But whenever we go on trips, like we went to Mindoro, I put some load on my phone, and that'll be included in next month's budget. But to make sure that I had enough for navigation and to be able to use the internet over on Mindoro, should I not have a Wi-Fi signal at some places, because Mindoro is quite a bit more rural than it is on Luzon. There's the largest city, Calapan. It's not even a third the size of Lipa City. That's one of the charms of Mindoro, is the population density is so small. Just not a lot of people, and just I'll stop saying it. I get tired of hearing myself use the same superlatives over and over again, but it's really nice over there. So I'd encourage you to watch the video from Mindoro. That'll be coming out here in the next day or two. I have over 5 hours of footage. Now I'm going to whittle it down just as much as I can, but I want to include as much of the beauty as I can as well. So I might have to cut it into 2, possibly 3 videos. And I would encourage you, if you have the time and inclination, to, give them a gander. And if you haven't already made up your mind where you want to live in the Philippines, you might want to put Mindoro on your list. The cost of living is on the low end of the scale in Mindoro, much less than it is here on the island of Luzon. Unless, of course, you're going to live in a resort town like Puerto Galera at the White Beach. If you live right there, the prices are a little bit jacked up there because they're designed to hit the tourists that come to town. Okay, so that brings our total this month to 57,745 pesos, or $1,017. So as you can see, if I were to take the housing cost, let's just take, for example, the house that I lived in prior to this one here in Plantation Meridian. Our rent was 13,000 pesos per month, which is just over $200 a month. So that means you could subtract $300 from that total just in the rent alone, which would take our monthly cost down to $717. And that's about what we were paying, was right around $700 a month for the year that we lived on the other side of the subdivision here. And we weren't lacking for anything. We eat what we want. We go where we want. If we want to go to the movies, we go. It's just things are nice and slow here. You can do whatever you like. We enjoy watching TV, and then I have a nice little setup here where I can watch all of the United States channels like Tubi TV, Pluto TV, Netflix USA, and Freevee, and of course we can watch all the Philippine channels as well. And maybe I'll share that in another video as one of the life hacks that you can have here. Because I really do enjoy watching some of the older television shows like the Mission Impossible from the 60s and Gilligan's Island and the Beverly Hillbillies. I get a kick out of watching that stuff, and it's all available online, but you have to be able to trick the internet into thinking that you're actually in the United States, though. And there's ways to do that, and I'll share that with you in another video. But that's the main way that you can lower your cost, is in the rent area. Because I know we had a friend that was renting a house. I showed you guys this house in the subdivision video, that he was renting for 7,500 pesos a month. And, if that was my rent, my cost of living would be down around $500 a month. And that's living, not skimping on anything. So it is possible. It depends on your lifestyle, what your preferences are. I mean, if you're a heavy drinker or somebody that smokes 2 packs a day, you're going to spend a lot more money, but that's all discretionary spending. I mean, those are things that you have a choice. You know, you don't. If you choose to drink, I mean, more power to you. I spent a fair amount of time inside of a few bars whenever I was a young man in the Navy. Even here in the Philippines, I did that. But, you know, I gave those things up just many years ago, and mainly for health reasons. I just didn't want to die before my time. But also, you save just a ton of money by not paying for alcohol and tobacco and any of the other things, you know, that might be illicit, or they are illicit in the Philippines, although they're slowly becoming legal in the USA. I see where it's legal to buy recreational marijuana in Missouri now, the state that I moved here from. So the times are changing. But anyway, guys, I super appreciate you watching. We always appreciate you taking the time to join us and share a little slice of our lives here. And I'm going to get busy on those videos from Mindoro, so, you know, stay tuned and please take a gander at that. Especially if you haven't made up your mind yet where you want to live, you might be pleasantly surprised at what you see there. And do a little research, and you'll find that the cost of living on Mindoro, including the price of rentals and lots and homes, and it's very cheap there. It's a rural place, a lot of places to backpack and do cross-country rides on your motorcycle and stuff. But anyways, guys, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Continue to hit that like button so that we can reach a bigger audience. We still are considered a pretty small channel. I hope we can get up and compete with those other guys that are over here in the Philippines that have 10,000, 15, 20,000 subscribers. That's our goal, to get up and reach that wide of an audience, but I'm sure we'll get there eventually. We'll keep plugging away and doing our best to improve the quality of our videos. My next goal as far as vlogging is to get a GoPro camera. I met another vlogger. He's a Filipino, really nice guy, and he showed me his camera, which was a GoPro 11 Hero. And the difference between his video quality is just night and day. And it's all due to the camera. And if I would have known that before I bought these cameras, I would have spent a little extra and got the GoPro instead of what we bought. But anyway, we're saving towards our GoPro now. And once that happens, you'll notice a huge improvement in both. The vibration goes away when you're riding, and just the picture quality is impressive. But anyway, I've rambled enough, guys. Stay happy, stay healthy, and we'll see you over in Mindoro. Take care.